My psychic told me she would have it like Serena, Trina, Jennifer Lopez, 4 kids, and I gotta take all they bad to showbiz. Okay, get your kids, but then they got their friends. I pull up in the Benz, they all got a bin. Then we had to pay. If you I'm with this girl, then you better be paid. You know why? Take too much to touch it. From what I heard, she got a baby by Buster. My best friend said she used to with Usher. I don't care what none of y'all say. I still love her. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. Get down, girl. Go ahead. Get down. Get down, girl. Go ahead. Get down. Get down, girl. Go ahead. Get down. Get down, girl. Go ahead. I ain't saying you a gold digger. You got needs. Excuse me, my goodness. I don't know how many people are gonna pull up for this live, but we just get to have this conversation. I don't like typing back and forth, and I like to get my thoughts out. So here we are. We just clipped these. You feel me? This was mainly for clips. I don't know how many people actually show up live, but if you show up, salute to you. And if you show up later, salute to you either way. Thank you for watching, as always. Very happy to be back on here. You was on TV at the Summer League. Let's go. What's good? Big task your hand. How you feeling? Claudia said, let's go. First things first. Salute to being a staple and Knicks fandom. Wow. All the congratulations are beautiful. Salute to you guys. Salute to the support. Salute to y'all for being here right now. Thank you guys so much for all your kind words now, during the game, all that time. It was a great experience. We could talk about that too. Like, we could talk about a lot of things. We can just chop it up. My MacBook is only on 44%, so we're going to talk fast, but we could talk. I knew it, man. I left to go to my parents' house, and I was like, I don't think my MacBook is charging at home. So it's not 100%. I'm really sorry about that, but let's get to it. Oh, this is going to feel so good and therapeutic. Oh, my goodness. Ladies and... Wait, is the audio okay? Everything's cool? Everything's good? We good? Everything's all right? All right? Y'all will let me know. Sometimes y'all let me know in the beginning. The audio is kind of shaky, and I don't see it because I start rambling, and y'all know how I am. So, what's good? We good? Yes, we'll talk. I see Donovan Mitchell questions. We're going to talk about all of that. Trust me, anything I want to talk about, Summer League, Offseason, Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, we talking about it. We here. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Knicks fans here, there, and abound, welcome to Offseason Optics with I Hate Sean. This is Offseason Optics. I'm I Hate Sean, and let's get right to it, man. First off, I assume you guys want to talk about Donovan Mitchell first. I agree. Or I don't know if you want me to talk about the Summer League experience. Like, I'm not really sure. But let's go with I don't know where to start. Where should we start? I don't know. It could go either way. So first of all, Summer League, man. Thank you guys all so much for your support. Thank you for everybody who's bought a hoodie. The blue and orange Impossible hoodie has been amazing. Those will be coming soon, trust me. Thank you for, all the kind words, all the well wishes, all of it. It really means the world. It's amazing. I had an amazing experience. It was kind of surreal, being able to be that close to the game, being able to, I met Taylor Rooks. Oh my goodness. Still haven't washed his hands since. That's a joke. But yeah, it was just really great. It was a great experience. It was very inspiring. Next year I'm determined to be credentialed when I go out there. That was like a goal of mine for sure. So I'm definitely going to make that happen. But it was just an overall great experience, man. And being all over on, the ESPN was crazy. Being like just being myself and enjoying the game and not working out in a way that, with the Summer League page posted all. It was just great, man. I can't really put it into words. But beyond that, like, our Summer League team is playing well, other than the embarrassment they gave us in the ESPN game, which I'm going to chalk up to Richard Jefferson refereeing the second quarter. Even though he didn't do a terrible job, it was like we were playing excellent basketball the entire time, the entire Summer League. We started that game off. They went 5 minutes without scoring. We were locking them up, playing great ball on both sides of the floor. And then the second quarter, we have our worst quarter of Summer League. when Richard Jefferson happens to be officiating. I'm not really sure. We scored 12 points in that quarter. That was crazy. And then suddenly a team that didn't score on us for 5 actual minutes of basketball, then we couldn't stop them the rest of the night. It was kind of nuts. So I hate losing that game. I wanted to go undefeated. I wanted to win the Summer League championship. I'm looking forward to our game tomorrow. You can bouncing back, but I mean, Quentin Grimes looks excellent out there, man. Quentin Grimes looks great. It's beautiful to see. I'm really proud of him. And, the jumper wasn't my main concern. It's nice to see his jumper and him pulling up with confidence and all that stuff. But it was, what is he doing on the ball? Him attacking the basket. And he looks way more comfortable on the ball. He's getting to the basket. He's finishing. He's got nice moves to get there. He's finishing through contact. He's setting other guys up. He's doing, he's doing everything you wanted to see from him in Summer League. And he's still playing great defense. So really looking forward to what Quentin Grimes can bring to this team. Very excited about him. I'm a Quentin Grimes stan. Grimes Hive, always. The vibes. Deucin Brother's done a solid job. I want to see more of him being able to, control the offense and control the tempo, be more confident on the ball, turn the corner, get into the paint, things like that. He's not really doing certain things, but, defensively, he's been phenomenal, as always. The energy, just being in the right spot, the way he plays defense. His shooting has looked good, mid-range and from 3. And so even if in the season he's just a guy who, in the season he's not really going to have as many on-ball reps. So if he can be a guy off the ball that plays great defense and knocks down spot-up jumpers, then boom, that's a plus for us. And I would like to see him get minutes in the rotation. Jericho Sims. I try to avoid hyperbolic statements, but that might easily be the best third-string center in the NBA. He looks amazing. And the cool thing about Jericho is he improves every time we see him. Like, he was cool in Summer League. He was impressive. And then when we got to the season, he was a little, he had to adjust to the league, get his feet wet. First couple times we saw him, he wasn't all that. He looked out of place and, shell-shocked a little bit. And as the season progressed, when he got his opportunity, he looked good. And then toward the end of the season, when he was getting consistent opportunities, he looked really good. He was hitting the boards. He was blocking shots. He was a vertical lob threat the same way. And now he looks more comfortable putting the ball on the floor. They're letting him, bring it up sometimes, off of rebounds or steals and push the ball ahead to get us in transition and get us running. He's, making drop step moves and spinning through and Euro stepping. He just looks way more comfortable. It's amazing. And I love that, even if he doesn't do these things in the regular season, I love that he's being empowered to expand his game, and I'm excited to see what can come from that. So shout out to Jericho Sims. He's been excellent. Ferron Hunt, I want him to have a roster spot. He plays great defense. He's super active. He had 6 steals in that first game. He gets to the rack. He finishes in transition. He plays with high energy, and the jumper looks like it could be solid too. So, he can be a guy that gets on the roster and, can give you those spot minutes at the wing if you need it sometime, or, be a tweener between 3 or 4, give you good minutes, go out there and give good energy. But I think he's, earning a roster spot for sure. Shout out to Ferron Hunt. And shout out to the entire Knicks coaching staff. Guys are playing great other than that, embarrassment in their game. But yeah, I know what we all want to get to. We all want to get to Donovan Mitchell. So, I'm going to go to the comments. Really happy to be here. Really happy y'all are back. But, we know what question is coming and we know what we're going to talk about, and we know what we're mainly here for. So if you're not aware, if you're watching this live or if you're, watching this later and you didn't hear, the Knicks are, well, okay, so here we go. First, let me read the comments. Boom, let's go. First things first, salute, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, not blah, blah, blah. That means, but I read that one already. That's why I said that. Boom. What are your thoughts on Donovan Mitchell? What's good? Shane 10 Toe. Let's go 10 Toes. The vibes. It's up. Congratulations on getting to yell at Richard Jefferson in person. I was lighting him up, man. I told y'all I was on him. I told y'all. Sean, what's your thoughts on Donovan Mitchell? What would you give up to get him? Okay, so let's get it. So we got Big Task at hand asking what am I thinking about Donovan. We got Denver asking what I'm thinking about Donovan. Boom. Jay and I'm the GOAT Knicks fan. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That really means a lot. Nice said trade for Don. Kevin said, always wanted to ask this. What would you give up to hear the words Sean for 3 bang come from an MSG broadcast? Want to say I was wrong about Noel last year and you were dead on via Sims last year. Hey, salute. I was saying before the season I was ready to see Sims. So I love when people do that. Not because it's, but I didn't even remember. Yeah, thank you. And it would be great to hear Mike bring bang for my name. That'd be insane. What were the exact words I said to RJ? Richard Jefferson, that time where I was screaming at him, I was like, stand your ground. Because he let her change his call. Even though he made the wrong call. But it's like, stand on your wrong call. It worked in our favor. What are you doing? Boom. Thank you for repping us in Vegas. Thank you guys. For real. It's always a pleasure to rep, man. You know what it is. 10 Toes every single one of us, they can't handle it. You know the vibes. Sean, you're the man. Ryan, thank you. I really come on, y'all are too kind. Akiva said, "Sup Hollywood Sean." I'm not Hollywood Sean. I'm right here. I'm Broward County Sean. I'm New York Sean. Like I'm not Hollywood Sean. I'm right here, 10 toes. All right, man. So let's get into it. MacBook on 30%. All right, here we go. So the Utah Jazz, they made it very clear. I don't know who they thought they were fooling. Once they traded Rudy Gobert and got a package where the best player was Malik Beasley, and they got a bunch of first-round picks, it was very, very clear that they were blowing it up. Everybody with a brain knew it. They were blowing it up. They were going to rebuild mode. They tried to claim they were going to build around Donovan Mitchell so they could probably try to get higher offers. Time went on, and now, lo and behold, surprise, surprise, Donovan Mitchell they're taking calls, they're listening, he's available. It was weird that report came out, like, literally right when we finally made the Brunson signing official. But I've seen a lot of different opinions. There's been a lot being said. So I like Donovan Mitchell. I was frustrated by Donovan Mitchell in the playoff series because I was nervous watching him be in the fourth quarter of critical playoff games in the final minute and die on screens or not switch and things like that. And it's like, whoa, I don't want to see that in the Garden. I'd be sick. But I think that truly, what was going on in Utah just wasn't good anymore. And I also think that he would be inspired playing here. I think Tibbs, I say a lot about Tibbs. I'm not the biggest fan of Tibbs. And you know what? Here it is, right here. All right? So, I was at Summer League, James Dolan, Leon Rose, Scott Perry, Tibbs, there's courtside right there. We're pretty close to him, especially in the Bulls game. So, looking across, I've been saying that if Julius is still here, which I really hope he's not, but if Julius is still here, then I'm going to flip a switch and I'm going to support him. You feel me? I'm going to go right back to I still think he's a good basketball player. I think that he can turn around and be better than he was last year. I just don't know if this is the place for him to do it at, especially because Obi deserves an opportunity. Obi's been waiting. It's year 3 now. You drafted him with the 8th pick. You've seen what he can do, and Obi can do it on much lower usage, and I think that benefits whatever lineup we have, whether it's with, whether we trade for Donovan or not. So I would prefer that, but I would flip the switch and support Julius if he's here. And so I had a conversation with myself today, and I realized I have to say the same for Tom Thibodeau. He's the coach of the Knicks regardless. He did bring us to a very good year. He was an inspiration. He made me better as a person that year. I've said it plenty of times. Like the way that his approach to the season, the post-game interviews, the way like the whole team bought in, the way it was about focus on your work and what's going on for this day, like attack one game at a time, don't look ahead, blah blah blah. Just all of that really was big for me, and it was a great season. It was a great time, and we reaped those rewards. Last season was despicable, deplorable. There were things that we saw for way too long that we shouldn't have seen at all. He died on way too many hills. He was very stubborn. The unwillingness to change or adjust, blowing 6 20-point leads over like the course of a month and winning one game over that span. It was all abysmal, right? Going into the next year, he's still here. He is the coach, clearly. So I'm just going to hope that he makes certain adjustments, that the front office puts him in position to adjust certain things for him, and that we get the best out of him. So I'm going to stop the whole, can't stand Tom Thibodeau thing. I'm going to give him a fresh start this year, and if he pisses me off again, then he pisses me off again. That's not my fault. So I want to put that on record. But, I think that with Tibbs, Johnny Bryant, I think that we can get something out of Donovan Mitchell. I think that he can, apply himself defensively. What a lot of people don't realize, I was one of the few people who actually liked Donovan Mitchell pre-draft. I wanted to draft him. I didn't see any mocks or anything of him going top 10, and we had the 8th pick. So I was like, maybe if we traded back a little bit or traded back up into the draft from another pick, and we could try to snag him. But I loved his activity at Louisville, his defense on the ball, off the ball. He was a really good defender. He's got a really long wingspan. He's got a 6'10" wingspan, which is insane. So he's capable defensively. Brunson competes defensively. So I think the first knock on a Donovan Mitchell trade is that, he doesn't have the size. We'd have a small backcourt, and we would. But Donovan Mitchell's had a small backcourt partner his entire time. Like, they had Rubio there, and then they had Mike Conley. And Rubio's not super small, but he's not a big guard either. And Mike Conley sure isn't a big guard. And this past couple years version of Mike Conley it pales in comparison to what Jalen Brunson is about to be. So, I think they'd be fine. He also in Utah never had a wing next to him like RJ. And I think, the two of them, like, that would be great. That would take pressure off Mitchell, take pressure off of RJ, allow RJ to be more efficient as well. Having Obi, that's also something he never had a talent like. So I think that Donovan Mitchell could come here and be really, really good, and we'd be set up really well. I think that Mitch helps a lot. Mitch is a big that also can't be played off the floor because he can switch 1 through 5 and things like that. I think we could be a good team. I don't like the fact that people are acting like we wouldn't be a good team. And that's the confusing part to me. Like, people act as if, oh, if we trade for Donovan, what are we going to do from there? Blah, blah, blah. How are we going to improve the team? That doesn't make us a championship team. There is no one trade that makes you a championship team. It doesn't happen. Excluding maybe Kevin Durant. Other than that, nobody hits the market that you can just trade for them and become a championship team. You got to take those steps. So I would make it a pick-heavy package. I would want to have, and this maybe I would like to clarify. I don't know what the Utah Jazz want, what they're looking for at all. Based off the Gobert trade, I know that they're prioritizing draft picks for their rebuild. And so at that point, I give them as many picks as necessary so that I can, first of all, RJ is a non-conversation. We're not even picking the phone up for that. If you're saying RJ has to be included in the deal, keep Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz don't have leverage. That's what people aren't understanding. The Jazz don't have a lot of leverage. Like, they tip their hand by trading Gobert like that. They're going to have to rebuild. That's what they're doing. That's the mode they're in. If they really want to keep Donovan and run that team out there, let's see how happy he stays. Be our guest. All that happens from this point is that his value decreases as the contract, right now I think it has 4 years on it. With every year that goes by, you have less value. With the point where you reach where he demands a trade or something, there's less value. This is the maximum value they're going to get for him right now. And so I think we can strike. And I also think that there aren't a lot of suitors around the league. The only other team that's really being brought up is Miami. And I don't know why, like ESPN, like nobody evaluates, like nobody talks about the fact that Miami doesn't have the assets to pull something like this off. Like they have 3 tradable first round picks, which pales in comparison to what we have. And then they keep throwing like Tyler Herro as if like Tyler Herro 1-on-1 is going to get you Donovan Mitchell. It's not. And not only is it Tyler Herro, it's the opportunity to be the team that gets to pay Tyler Herro over 100 M's, probably even more than that. I don't know exactly what his number is, but Tyler Herro is going to command a lot of money. And he also had to be taken off the floor a lot of times in the playoffs because he couldn't defend. Tyler Herro is a traffic cone defensively. Like RJ got 46 points just hunting Tyler Herro. And then the Sixers ran a train on him like a week later. So, he's not exactly like, the guy you build your entire roster around. So they're trying to make it like, oh, he's this one-on-one trade for Donovan with 3 picks. Then their sweeteners are Duncan Robinson, who may have the worst contract in the NBA right now at 4 years. It was a 5-year, $90 million deal. So he's making $18 million a year for the next 4 years. There's no team option on it. And he collected DMPs the entire playoffs and got replaced by an undrafted player because he couldn't stay in front of anybody on the floor and couldn't stay on the floor. So, Kyle Lowry makes $30 million a year and couldn't move in the playoffs. Like, we're not competing with much as far as assets are concerned. Like, between the available suitors and what people are going to give up, what the market is, I think that it's more favorable for us than people are letting on. I also don't know, but what I'm saying is I'll include 5 picks. I'll include 6 picks if I get to keep Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes. Especially, you can't make everybody untouchable, but I'll throw 6 picks if I can keep Quentin Grimes too. Like, take what you want. Julius Randle, Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, love him, but he's gonna, especially if we get Donovan Mitchell, Derrick Rose is gonna have to go so that IQ can get his role. Evan Fournier, whatever combination, whatever works, throw it at him and throw him a lot of picks. And that was what their first deal was, and I just feel like you throw that at them, and if they don't want that, then it's fine. We're in a position where we don't have to. Like, I'm more than fine starting this next season with Jalen Brunson at the 1. Either IQ or Quentin Grimes at the 2, or RJ at the 3. Hopefully we move Randall, get Obi at the 4, Mitch at the 5. Like, my only real true desires for this offseason are to get rid of Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. Otherwise, I'm cool. I'm very ready to go to war with what we have. I love what I'm seeing from Quentin Grimes in Summer League. I know IQ is going to go crazy given the opportunity. I know Obi Toppin will go crazy given the opportunity. Year 4 RJ is about to go nuts. Jalen Brunson is going to hoop. He's a great basketball player. He's here. He's going to have the ball in his hand more. He's going to get opportunities. Mitchell Robinson is locked in. Isaiah Hartenstein is a great pickup to back him up and a great change of pace. Jericho Sims is like arguably the best third-string center in the NBA. Like I'm ready. I'm ready. We have a good team. We have a very solid young core. I'm prepared for it. So it's like if we're not able to entice them with the amount of picks we throw, whatever it is, and they decide to hold on to him, be our guest. But in the event that we are able to acquire him, I just don't know why people are acting like suddenly like we need to stop doing this thing where nobody's good enough to be here. Like that's not how this works. Donovan Mitchell is a guy who averaged 26, 5 on high efficiency, who is a playoff performer, averages damn near 30 points a game for his playoff career, can finish, like, he's a 3-level scorer. He's exactly what you, like, people are now acting like he's not that good. Like, he's amazing. He's incredible. He's incredible offensively. He's one of the better weapons in the entire NBA. And if you add that guy to it, like, he hasn't even hit his prime yet. He's like 24, 25. And you have him grow right next to RJ. You got it, like, yeah, him and Brunson would be small, but he's been in a small backcourt the entire time, and Utah was winning mad games. And we would have a better team than they had, in my opinion. And that team has the ability to grow. It's not all about next season. It's not, oh, you don't make this trade because you won't win the championship next season. Like, you can easily grow. Let your team grow together. You can, have you would make that trade to be a second-round exit? Yes. I would rather be a second-round exit than be in the lottery or fighting to make the play-in. Yes. With a young team, with RJ being 22 years old, do I want to be a second-round exit? Give me a second-round exit with RJ being 22 years old. Why is everybody acting like the ceiling on this team is capped? Like, you would have, especially if you're able to keep IQ, Obi, God forbid, I don't get it. I don't get it, and I need people to stop. We will be a very good basketball team. You have to make that improvement. You can't wait and say, let's suck until we're a championship team. That's what people keep saying. And I understand if maybe you feel like Donovan isn't the star to go for, fine. You could want to feel like, want to hold out for SG. Like, you can't hold out for stars either. First of all, stars didn't move for a minute. There haven't been a lot of stars getting traded. James Harden did it twice. DeJounte Murray got traded because the Spurs want to rebuild. And DeJounte Murray isn't even Donovan Mitchell level. KD requested. Who knows what is going to happen with him, but that's an anomaly. It's not just like, wait for the next guy. You don't know. Make your team better. Go get that guy. Go get that talent. Go get that asset. However you want to look at it, go get it. If it doesn't cost you too much, if you're able to capitalize on the fact that that's part of the reason. If you have an issue with trading 6 picks, just consider it trading 4 picks since we traded 1 for 3 on draft night. Just consider it who cares? I don't care about the picks. I'll trade 7 picks if I have to. I don't care. If I can keep the people I need to keep, if I have Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly off the bench, Quentin Grimes hopefully still. You get rid of Julius Randle. You bring in Melo to be the the 4 off the bench. That's a feel-good story. He gets to come home, do it in the Garden, be the vet on the team. You have Isaiah Hartenstein and Sims at the 5. You still have you have a very solid bench still, and you have an excellent starting lineup that has multiple 3-level scorers, and you have guys that you can go to. You can get you can really kill teams. That's a good team. I don't know what people aren't seeing. And so I'm all in with that. I'm all in with Donovan Mitchell. If you don't have to give up certain things. Now, if it costs certain things that we don't want to give up, once again, we're in a position where we can walk away. That's the beauty of being at the table. You see it. That's me. You see that arrow? That's me. I trust Leon. Free agency last year didn't go great, but they started to rectify some of those mistakes. They didn't die on the hill. They've done a great job drafting. They put us in a position where we have great assets. NBA Today put our assets on the screen today, and it was one of the most beautiful Knicks graphics I've seen in my life. And it was we're in a very good position. So it can go either way, and we're in position to be in good shape. All right, I'm gonna fly through the comments a little bit because my MacBook is already on 7%. It's dying at record time. That's insane. Boom. Vito said this team would be perfect if Julius and Evan weren't on it. That's a fact. Trey Verdon, yes. I read that. Boom. Eric said, I read that. Okay. Vito said everyone acting like Jalen Duren with Shaq for 9 points was nasty, bro. That was disgusting. Bro. There's been some disgusting behavior, and I can't even get into everything because my MacBook's gonna die soon. I'm really annoyed at myself for not charging enough, but I didn't want to keep y'all waiting. But yeah, like, well, I'll come back. I don't care because it's been very nasty, bro. Like, stop it. Everybody just wants to be angry. Everybody wants to have something to say. Cut it out, bro. Jalen Duren isn't even doing better than our third-string center in Summer League right now, and people wanted us to be mad at Leon Rose because we traded him when we didn't even really have him. He never even put a Knicks hat on. It was just, come on, it was maneuvering, and people, like, don't see what's going on. And then there's people who like, you know, poo-poo on the young core all the time. Oh, IQ's not a point guard, this and that. Oh, this and that. And people even hate on RJ. But then at the same time, they want to come up now when the Donovan Mitchell's name comes up and we're connecting to be like, oh, this is stupid. I can't believe they're going to trade away the whole young core for Donovan. You just said the young core was like, what is it, Uchiwale or is it one mic? I need people to make decisions and stick to them. You're being upset is not a character trait, and I'm getting tired of it. It's really ruining Knicks discourse. And it's one thing when, like, the overall general media says certain things because we're used to them being stupid, we're used to them being lazy, we're used to them being uninformed and just saying whatever. But for Knicks fans who watch every game, who stop it. Stop it. And stop reacting to what people out there are saying because none of us know anything. We don't know what the Jazz want. We don't know what the Knicks are doing. We don't know. So people speak on what they think and their feelings and then react to them as if they're facts, and then everybody starts having these conversations, and now there's a bunch of stupid conversations being had about absolutely nothing. That needs to stop. Straight Sean said, Hollywood Sean, call him out. I'm not Hollywood, man. Oh, my MacBook is dying so fast. This is gross. Akiva said, Tibbs and Johnny Bryant will definitely get in the buy-in. I agree. Blood of the Panther was good, my guy. Hashtag Obi Adventures. Hashtag free Obi. I'm right there with you, bro. Free Obi. We gonna get you out of here. We gonna get you out of here, Obi. Come on. I got to tell him in Vegas in the club that, like, you know, I'm rocking with him, that I got him, and I'm holding him down in these Twitter streets, and we got him on, you know, his next Twitter. Boom. All these media heads saying, Fournier Toppin quickly 6 picks. I'm not even giving up Toppin and quickly. That's not happening, honestly. But I'm not doing that, especially not with 6 picks. All these media heads saying RJ got to be included. Absolutely hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Jazz want Wembanyama. Who knows with the Wembanyama sweepstakes, bro? Take Julius Randle. If you don't want Julius Randle, flip Julius Randle to Utah and get Gordon Hayward back and a pick or whatever, and sell people on Gordon Hayward being back. And I don't care what you do. Just take these picks and give me Donovan Mitchell. Snapback Sports was good. How you feeling, Jack? Brunson, Mitchell, RJ Randall mentions a playoff team. Make the move. Keeping IQ or Obi will be gravy. Trade the picks. Trade the picks, bro. Trade the picks. I'll be very happy with having that core, man. I wouldn't want Julius here, but I'd be very happy with having that core. Sean Herbert said more than that would be possibly best backcourt in the NBA. It'd be up there for sure. It'd be up there. You'd have 2 solid hoopers. Like, I don't know what people are talking about. Yeah, they'd be small, but, I mean, small backcourts have succeeded before. Christopher Laporte was good, my guy. Dude said running a train like the Cedric was talking. That's hilarious. That's my starting 5 right there. No Randall and the kids in the rotation. Love it. That's what I need, bro, for real. Snapback Sports said, that's not a good team, though. And I love the kids. That team wins 30 games. What team? Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, Emmanuel Quickly, Grimes, Hartenstein at the bench. That team does not win 30. Why does that team win 30 games? We won 37 last year. We were bad. Like, that team wins way more than 30 games. Like, how is that not a good team? Let's talk about how Brunson and Mitchell will be the best backcourt in the NBA. I don't know about best. I got to do more thinking. Like, you know, Steph and Clay exist. But, I mean, it would be up there. It would be a very, 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 very solid backcourt. Akiva said Donovan's an all-star. RJ's going to get there. Exactly. That's 2 all-stars under 26. Talk about it. Everyone wondered about after as if they can't trade Mitchell in 2 to 3 years if it doesn't work out. You can trade. You got plenty of assets. You got plenty of guys. Like, just play with the team and let them develop. Exactly. There's 2 all-stars. Brunson can play himself up to an all-star level at some point. You never know what Obi can become. Mitchell Robinson has defensive player of the year potential. Just make the move, bro. Boom. Christopher Laporte said, we haven't won a championship in 50 years. Why can't we let these kids grow? What's the rush now? You can make the move and still allow the kids to grow. Like, they're not mutually exclusive, but Donovan Mitchell can be part of the kids as well. Like, you're not selling everything. Snapback Sports said that's the main point we trade for Mitchell, and it gets us a piece away. Got to make the first move, though. Got to make the first move. I'm not even sure you're a piece away. I think just let your pieces grow. Damn it, man. 1%. Mike Cortez, CKW in the building. Don't buy at the top. Make Heat give everything up or wait for Jazz to lower price. Bro, the Heat, everything is still a lower price than we have. I'm cool, man. I think we're in a winning position here. Snapback, Jack said, because you got to cash the chips in. Players don't pan out to their best value. That's also true. Harold scored 20 points per game and won 6 man of the year, and his value went down. That is also very true. Snapback, Sean, am I crazy for being okay with Randall if we get Mitchell? Him as the fourth option is probably the top number 4 in the league. I don't believe that Julius Randle is going to buy into being a fourth option on his team. That's why I want him gone. I think he operates in high usage. I think this is already his team.